Up, kinfolk? Welcome to Perspective Consciousness, where it's all about your perspective. Today, we're going to go over 5 examples of words and how they change in etymology. I'm going to give you 5 examples today. First video, I went over what etymology was. Second video, I taught you how to read it. Now, we're going to go over some words so I can show you some prime examples of how words have changed and how the original meaning is important. Remember, etymology is the study of the true original meaning of words and how they have changed throughout history. Alright, we got that. Alright, so our first word is going to be God. I chose this word because I feel like a lot of people call the Most High God. You know, like that's the name of God, when God is actually a title, when it's a noun. But I'm going to show you something very important about the word God, because there's something called a verb transitive, meaning that the word was originally a verb, and then it translated into a noun. So let's get to read now. So the word God also is a noun. Also God with a capital G. So it's doing a comparison. The lowercase g, the uppercase G. All right. So as we know, the word God, it came from Old English God, and that meant in Old English a supreme being, deity, the Christian God. All right. Image of God, God-like person. Okay. And that word comes from the Proto-Germanic Guthen, which is the source of also. That means that when you see these parentheses, when it says source also, that's letting you know that this word also comes from these sources. Like all these other languages are all part of this one word, Guthen. So it also is a source of Old Saxon, Old Frisian, and Dutch God. Old High German, Gott, German, Gott, Old Norse, I'm going to assume that says Good, Gothic, Gut, which is uncertain origin, perhaps from Proto-Indo-European, Gut, that which is invoked. You know what I'm saying? I'll read that again. Perhaps from Proto-Indo-European, Gut, that which is invoked. Source also from Old Church Slavonic, Zavo. It means to call. Sanskrit, Huta, invoked. An epitaph of Indra. From root you, to call, invoke. That's why I was telling you it is a verb transitive. The word God originally meant, because remember, we're going from what we know it is, our original meaning, all the way down to its original, to call, invoke. The notion could be divine entities summoned to a sacrifice. So when someone would God, they would call and invoke a divine entity. See how that becomes a noun, a divine entity summoned to a sacrifice. So when someone wanted to sacrifice, when they wanted to when people wanted to sacrifice something, they wanted to get like a divine entity or an entity period, it would be called to God. They would God, to call, invoke. Check this out though. But some trace it to Proto-Indo-European guto, to pour, from root u, to pour out a libation. Like how we put out a dead one for our homies. Same thing. That's to God. Okay. I'm going to kind of skip just a little bit of us because I want you to go and see how it says see also Zeus. So whenever you read etymology, whenever it says see also, if it gives you a word, another word to go look at, it is important that you go and look at it because it helps you understand where that word and how it means to come from. But I'm going to skip found and good just for the sake of what I'm trying to teach today. You can do that on your own time. I'm going to click on Zeus because that's important, because God is Zeus. Okay, Zeus, supreme god of the ancient Greeks and master of the others. 1706. So Zeus, that word didn't happened. It wasn't around until 1706 in English. So we get that from the Greek, and we also, and the Greek get it from Proto-Indo-European deus, God, which is also a source. So remember I said when it says source also, so deus is also, you can get that source from Latin, deus, God, Old Persian, diva, demon, evil god, Old Church Slavonic, deva, Sanskrit, diva, from root, deal, to shine. I want y'all to remember this, y'all, from root, deo, to shine. That is going to play a key indicator in another word that we're going to go over. Remember, this is Zeus we talking about. In derivatives, sky, heaven, God. The God sense is originally shining, but whether as originally sun god or as a lightener is now clear. Okay, so God is Zeus. So when you're talking about God, when you say you pray to God, you're praying to Zeus. Damn. Alright, guys, go to our next word. So, if we want to talk about God, then of course, one of our next words should be religion, guys. So when you're dealing with God, we're dealing with religion. So religion is a noun. It comes from 1200. When you see that seat dot, that's circa. Circa means around the time. So when you see something C dot, whatever date, that means around the time of the 1200s. So this word came around the 1200s, sometime around those years. So it means a state of life bound by monastic monastic vows. I'm saying, okay. Also, conduct indicating a belief in divine power. Okay, that's how we understand it now. That's the most simplest way you can put it, the way we understand it today. Okay, but that comes from Anglo-French religion from the 11th century, and that comes from Old French religion, piety, devotion, religious community, and directly from Latin religionum, and is a nominative of religio, that respect for what is sacred, reverence for the gods, consciousness, sense of right, moral obligation, fear of the gods, divine service, religious observance, a religion, a faith, a mode of worship, cult, sanctity, holiness, and all that comes from late Latin monastic life. Okay, this is where things get a little juicy. This is where I'm going to bring how it's going to really apply. Okay, so according to Cicero, derived from religere, go through again, in reading or in thought, from re, again, and legere, read, see, lecture. Right? So religion also means re, the re part in religion, again, and legere, to read, is to read again. Okay. However, popular etymology among the later ancients, Servius, Lactantius, Augustine, and the interpretation of many modern writers connects it with religare, to bind fast, see, rely, via notion of place and obligation on, or this is what I mean. This is what religion means. Bond between humans and God. Religion is to bind back, to bind fast, to bind back to God. That is what religion is to bind you back to God. That's what it's really about. Okay, now what people are given is dogma. You may have heard that word before. Dogma. People aren't given religion. Remember, religion place an obligation on a bond between humans and gods. I'll let y'all read all the rest of this on your own time. So let's go to dogma. Alright. This is what you're giving. All that original that you think you know, this is what you're actually given. Dogma. And I want you to look at this word, right? Dogma. If it's backwards, am God. Dogma, am God. Dogma, I am God. Dogma. That's what you're really giving, dogma. It's a noun. It means a settled opinion, a principle as being firmly established. From circa 1600, in plural is dogmata. It's from the Latin word dogma, philosophical tenet. Okay, I'm gonna go actually. I was gonna do it, but I'm gonna go look up the word tenet real fast. I'm just gonna show you how much of this you're giving. It's basically it's just opinions. That's all dogma is. And it means it's from the genitive of dogmatos. It means opinion, a tenet, literally that which one thinks is true. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're really giving. You're giving dogma. You got these people out here perpetrating religion like they actually know something, but they don't know nothing. They're just giving you opinions of what they think they know. They don't know a goddamn thing. Look up tenet for y'all real fast. Bam. A tenet. It's a noun. It means principle, opinion, or dogma maintained as true by a person, school, sect, etc. Church. They give you tenets to make you have opinions. Dogma, bullshit, is what they feed you, and you suck it up wholeheartedly. Alright, my last two words. Now this, I'm going to have to go really anal, okay? For some reason here in America, we like to refer to people as black, white, even yellow, red, colors and shit like that, right? Everybody's damn color. For the indigenous people here, the original people here, we call them black. Or actually anywhere, sorry. I ain't gonna say original people here like I'm just America, but for the most part, any dark-skinned person from an original bloodline, we call them black. And anybody that has mostly like pale skin, for the most part, we call them white. Okay? And I'm come to hear to you today that none of that is true. None of that is real. All that is a lie. All that has to do with status and law. I'm going to do a video on that at another time. For now, we're just going to go over the etymology, but I will go over the lawful meaning of black on another video. But let's get it in on this right here. Okay, so the first thing, black is an adjective, people. All right, off the jump, can you be black if it's an adjective? If you don't know what an adjective is, an adjective describes nouns. Okay, you cannot be black. It's from Old English, Blake, absolutely dark, absorbing all light, the color of soot or coal. It's from Proto-Germanic, blackus, burned. Source also of Old Norse, blacker, dark. Old High German, blah, black. Swedish, black. Ink, ink. Dutch, blacken, to burn. From Proto-Indo-European, blag, to burn, gleam, shine, flash. Source is also from Greek, fliegen, to burn, scorch. Late Latin, flagrare, to blaze, glow, burn. Notice these words they use in gleam, shine, flash. Just really notice that. It comes from the root bel, to shine, flash, burn. Okay? This is where we get to the nitty-gritty, guys. The same root produced Old English black, bright, shining, glittering, pale. God damn. pale, pale, shining, bright. When you're black, when you call yourself black, what you're really saying is that you are pale. You are a pale-skinned person. They switched the definitions up. Actually, I should have. Dang it! I should have gave you that Webster's Dictionary 1858 definition of black. But you know what? I'll probably link it in like a description or something like that definition. That's what I'm just gonna do it like that. I'll do it. I'll link it in this video in the description where you can go and look up black in the 1858 Webster's. I'm probably gonna get that definition. If anyway, I'm just gonna show you how it changed from meaning pale to a dark-skinned person, which is not true, because as you can clearly read, it means bright, shining, glittering, pale. When you're black, you're calling yourself a pale-skinned person. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all read the rest of that on your own time, but you definitely should read that. That's smart, really good. All right, let's go to white. I like this. This is interesting. White. Okay, so with white, I'm gonna have to go and break this down a little bit more than I just did with black. Okay, white is an adjective. Can you be white? No, you're not white. Old English. Well, maybe they are white, but we'll see. We'll get into that later. Old English, wheat, bright, radiant, clear, fair. Also as a noun, see separate entry. From Proto-Germanic heat, source also of Old Saxon, Frisian wit, Old Norse, I don't know, Dutch wit, Old High German whiz, German blah 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 blah. Y'all can read. Okay, and it comes from the root quit, white, to shine. Dang, we're not just reading black and I'm just talking about shining and bright and oh man. Sanskrit, white. Oh, I didn't say the word. Sveta, white. Old Church of Honor to shine, blah. Y'all getting it, right? Alright, y'all get it. Alright. But notice how it says Old English, wit. Actually, if you take that that H and put it in front of the H and put it at the front of W, that's wit. You know, the same word, white, wit. Take that E off, it's wit. Okay? It don't, for some reason in this etymology reading, they don't give it to you like that. You know what I'm saying? But your boy is about to come here and show you something that this etym is not going to outright show you, which is show you how deep research can go into. Okay? So down here, right, I'm just talking about if you put the H in front of W, is wit. That's where it comes from. Wit. Right? Wit. Damn, if I had a dictionary, I could better show that. But, yeah, I gotta give it to you like this, guys. So, wit is a noun, right? That's where white comes from. It comes from wit. It's the smallest particle from nawit, no amount, circa 1200, blah, blah, blah. Alright, bam. From wit, with H being next to the T. Amount, originally person, human being. But check this out, right? See, white. Right? You know how they call themselves white people, right? Check this shit out. Old English, white, living being, a creature, person, something, anything. From Proto-Germanic, whitey, source of Old Saxon, white, a thing, a demon. Dutch, witch, a little child. Old High German, white, a thing, a creature, a demon. German, witch, creature, a little child. So I can see why they actually call themselves white people, but nobody's white or black. But that's how things come to change and come along when you get to reading these words, okay? So guys, these are my words I wanted to show you. You can go over and look over anything for your own self. You know what I'm saying? Do your own research. Do some compare and contrast. It's just a website I like to use, but you can go. My best recommendation is you actually get your own dictionary and go and look up these words. The older the dictionary, the better, because they eventually change meanings of words and definitions as they go along. I'll do a video on that. I'll probably do that next, maybe. We'll see. Alright, guys. Remember, breath is the spirit, and spirituality is the art of breathing.